so I like doing this on a marathon, by the way, just so you can have these videos for planning out the next year to make it your best year. By the way, I'm Laurie Wheeler. I'm your indie mentor, and I love helping creative entrepreneurs and service professionals, do more than go to the next level, but like create exactly the life they want to live and fund it through turning their purpose into products. So we've been using my workbook a little bit here and there. If you have a copy of your guidebook to thriving on the road less traveled, then I want you to turn to page 21. If you don't have a copy of it, there's a link to Amazon on the sidebar of my website or linked below in the description of this video. It's a great tool. I created it with a lot of specific information that a lot of experts leave out. Remember, I don't like those snake oil salesmen. They're slimy, they're sleazy. They tell you what you need, but they don't show you how. And that's the difference. I love showing people how to make it forward. Now, obviously, there's only so much information I can offer here on this, video and in the video series. Honestly, I run a 12-week program. It's actually, it's a revolving program. The Indie Life Support Program is a minimum 12-week commitment. You don't have to keep going after that. Most people do choose to because they get a lot out of it, but you can just go in for the 12 weeks. And that's where we really dive down and we go over it and over it and over it, everything that's in the book and more, because we are shifting a societal mindset. All of us were trained, all of us were programmed to believe certain things. And, ideas about what success means, ideas about what it means to be in business, ideas about what it means to make money, and how we need to go about that. I mean, we're shifting a lot of that so that you come from a really organic, natural place. And it's a place where you feel so connected to who you were really meant to be. And I'm not kidding when I say we end up turning your purpose into products. And it's not about your skill set. We use those help form the products you're going to sell, but that's not the end all be all. All right. It's not the end all be all. It doesn't matter if you can use Photoshop, right? That's a tool that you know how to use. But what is your style? If you're an artist, like my daughter will constantly remind me, she is not a graphic artist. She's a concept artist. And there's a huge difference. So like when I'm dumb enough to go, I could really use something, like a logo, which would be like, I can do that, but that's not what I do. And she's right. It isn't what she does. It isn't who she is. Now, she's not just any old concept artist. She has a really distinctive style. And so she's going to be able to brand herself and position herself very well in the marketplace because of that. She doesn't look like everybody else's concept art. She has something that really makes her stand out because, well, she had the indie coach as a mom who taught her just, totally be true to who you are. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, including me, because it's her life, right? She's an adult. So you're all adults. I want you to start getting really comfortable with you. And if you haven't watched the other videos, the one where we went through your interests and your priorities, I want you to watch that one before you do this next exercise. The ones on sales and conversations, you can watch that later. But what I want you to do is make sure you know what your priorities are. Okay, that's really, really important. Now we're going to go to the page 21, and this is goal. Your goals. Your ultimate goal, knowing what that is. Because again, we're going to do some shorter term goals, but if you don't know what that ultimate goal is, it doesn't really matter about any of the short term goals. So we're going to look out as far as we can, because your ultimate goal may change with time as you evolve, as you grow, as you mature. You might want to be, fearless leader of something, but maybe 10 years from now you won't want to be. So just the ultimate goal for right now. What would you really like to do? And I'll tell you a secret. You know what mine is? I want to help within my lifetime over 10 million people be empowered to be economically independent, to live the life that they really want to live, to be happy, healthy, and be at their highest level of service. And I want a minimum of 10% of them to inspire as many people to do it themselves so that we can see real and meaningful change in the world. That's my ultimate goal. We'll see what happens with it, okay? So, and if you want to be able to help do that, would you share these videos? Because, you know, even if no one, I don't need all 10 million to work with me personally, but if these videos can help people really get empowered so that they're living the lives they want to live and they're finding economic independence and they're not slaves to the banks and they're not slaves to this global corporate kind of, you know, Borg thing that we have going on, then I will be so jazzed. I can go to my deathbed happy. So, you know, feel free to share these videos with your friends. Don't keep me a secret, okay? Trust me, because, you know, not everybody's going to want to work with me personally. I get it. But I really do want to help those 10 million people. That would be super awesome. And if I do that, like, really soon, because I'm kind of good at achieving my goals, but if I do that really soon, I'll just up the number, okay? All right, so your ultimate goal. And I'm going to read this to you, all right? I didn't do it before, but I'm going to do it now. So you can see, I'm going to read. Yes, little Indy that can. You do have an ultimate goal. You may be afraid to go right out and say it. Perhaps it's tucked away in a private corner of your heart. Or maybe you're afraid to jinx yourself. It's time to voice that ultimate goal. It can change as you change. This is your heart's desire. So it's time to let the goal out of the box. So you're going to let go of any negative self-talk, okay? I want you to let go of, like, how can she be so brash and bold and then so hippy-dippy at the same time? Well, I'm a complex chick, so deal with it. So I want you to let go of the doubt. I want you to let go of the tapes that go in your head. You know, I don't want you to fight it. I just want you to kind of do the exercise we did before. We're going to just, like, breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. And we're going to calm our minds. We're going to oxygenate the brain. The brain is going to be in a less stressed out position. You're not going to worry about what anybody thinks. Like, I don't really care if you think I'm kind of weird. I can tell you, yes, I am. I want you to celebrate who you are, okay? And this is part of that. So we're going to let go, and I want you to write down everything you want to ultimately achieve. Now, you never have to tell anybody. You don't have to show this to anybody. This is your private information. So you don't even have to share it in the comments. I don't need to know this. In fact, I don't even need to know it from my clients unless they want to share it. We work on some other things. I can just ask, are the action steps we're taking leading you to your ultimate goal? Only you know the answer to that, okay? So even if it sounds kind of crazy or hokey, I want you to write this down, okay? What is your ultimate goal? What is the impact you really want to make when you're 99 and a half years old? What do you want to say, okay? So I want you to write the ultimate goal down, and I just witness that, okay? It's important. And then the next exercise is your dreams. And dreams are the fuel that help you reach your goals. It's kind of like passion is what keeps you going when you're, you know, building your business. It's not the business itself, but it helps fuel you, especially if you have a hard day. But your dreams help you reach goals. Without dreams, you can't use your most important creative tool, and that is your mind, your imagination. Now, I've told you to get out of your head and overthinking, but your mind is a little different. It's kind of this thing out here where we create with our imaginations. So maybe you're still a little afraid to talk about your ultimate goal. That's okay. Why don't we look at what makes you want to dream? What is your dream? Is it eventually being able to go to a tropical island someday and drink pineapple juice out of a pineapple or a coconut? Is it being able to just stay home? You know, just stay home, not go anywhere, just have it quiet. Maybe it would be to go to Europe and go have a fake sword fight in a ruined castle. Maybe it would be to go to Asia and see the marketplaces. Maybe it would be just to own a massive book collection or a really super awesome gaming computer, or be able to go and meet the people who created the games you really liked and maybe have a character made out of you. Maybe it would be to own a ranch, or maybe it would be to have a studio where you can help other people. Maybe it would be to open a school. I don't know what your dreams are, only you do. And so the bigger you dream, the more specific your map becomes, okay? So you have to trust the process. This is a process, guys. So I'm going to read this. This is a really important exercise, actually. Before we write down the dreams, or if you started, that's fine. But on a new page, what I want you to do is do this, because I call this my replacement exercise. And this is one of the ways we get rid of the limiting ideas and thought patterns. So this is a really powerful thing. This video is going to go a little bit longer than I planned, but that's okay. So is there something small in your life that you'd like fixed? Okay, so I want you to think about that. Is there something small in your life that you'd like fixed, like a doorknob that always kind of gets caught? Maybe it's a can opener that never quite does the right thing. Maybe you have a key on your keyboard of your computer that keeps getting stuck. Maybe it is your garbage can needs replacing. These are the little things, the things that drive you kind of nuts, the thing you stub your toe on every day and you keep saying needs to get fixed. Maybe there's a stain on a couch. Maybe maybe you have hardwood floors and they're all scratched up. Maybe there's something, okay? So maybe are your closets too small? You know, maybe you need new paving stones in your garden. It's just the little daily, gosh, this is driving me nuts kind of stuff. The stuff that kind of gets in your way. You're dreaming big and all of a sudden you stub your toe. And you're thinking like, I'm never going to make it because all I have is this thing that I stubbed my toe on. We want to write down the list of replacements. Now, this is kind of a magic exercise. Usually when people do this exercise and they put down the things that they want replaced, all of a sudden things happen and they get replaced. Why? Because action goes where we put our focus. So the minute you start paying attention to the stuff that just kind of bogs you down and weighs you down and you need to release, the more you focus there, and instead of focusing like, oh, I hate that thing, don't. Just say like, you know what, that needs to be replaced. That is the most you're going to think about this. That doorknob needs to be replaced. That shower head needs to be replaced. Then funny enough, stuff will happen to make that happen. When these little things start getting taken care of, the big stuff starts getting taken care of. But it's got to start there. So now that you have your list of things that need repairing or replacing, what do you want to put in their place? So now that you know what they are, you got to replace them with something. So if you don't like the doorknobs, what kind of doorknobs do you want to replace them with? I mean, you don't want just holes where there's no door, and not have a doorknob there. So if you have brass ones and you don't like the brass ones, do you want like the really cool glass ones? Like when I was a kid, old ladies had these glass doorknobs all over the place. I actually don't like them. They used to get, caught on my hip every time. So I don't have those kind. But some people really like them. Let's see, I don't want you to settle and I don't want you to think about your budget. I just want, if you could replace that shower head with the perfect shower head, what would it be? If you could get the paving stones that you really, really want, what do they look like? The more specific you can be about what you want to get rid of and what you want to replace it with, the better life's going to get and the easier it is. And we can do that with clients too. So you can even do this with clients. So like there's these things we call pain in the butt clients. And well, you can't just say, I don't want them or I need clients. You need to get really specific. But that's why I start you with doorknobs and shower heads, because those are a lot easier to work on and see how that when you put your attention to something and you focus there, the action follows. And so that's been part of your problem. You're wishing, but you're not focusing and turning it into action. These exercises are really going to help you. I'm Laurie Wheeler. I am the Indie Coach. You can follow me on Twitter at Indie Coach, on Facebook at Indie Life with Laurie Wheeler. And trust me, I read your emails. So send me an email if you're already signed up on the list. That's great. If not, what are you waiting for? Get on there.